surface splintered through with white. The rest of the body is mummified. In general, the whole room is dominated by dryness. Death is dry, life is damp. The grounded chair is still standing, almost as always, but someone has thrown a cloth over it. Maybe that's why it's still upright. The cloth is stretched tightly between the edge of the seat and the head of the high backrest, with plenty of space in between. Is there something under the previously white cloth? But what could fit in there? Maybe a marten or a fox cub, or a very small human child. The wheelchair in the background is empty. In front of it lies the checkered blanket that grandfather used to spread over his feet. He must not have noticed when it fell off. The hostile chair is still there, of course. A bulwark of uncomfortability, misanthropy, class arrogance. It symbolizes the family like hardly anything else. You could use this chair as a coat of arms if you wanted, but the grandmother stays on the convex seat even in death. The handbag has not left its place either. The bony hands clasp the lock. No one will rummage through my secrets, not even after my death. For the first time after her life, in the house, she smiles. The sardonic grin of the skull gives her little choice. The bony face and chest are studded with steel-hard glass splinters. Some splinters also fell into the rib cages. The flesh it held gradually disappeared. Just enough is left to hold the skeleton together and in place, together with the iron will of the dead woman, which lasted longer than her life. And now they rest inside her pelvic bowl. Or have they always been there? Were this woman's entrails made of broken glass all her life? The kneecapping table stands there innocently, its top covered with dried blood. However, the victim of this attack is nowhere to be seen. At least the étagère is still there. The petit fours are the only thing unchanged in the room. I knew it all the time. They're artificial ones. The icing glows pink and yellow, seductively juicy. So lively, the only thing in the room that has never had life, or could have given life, since those ancient trees are sunken into the primal swamp and turned to oil. Next to it lies the mother's dress, complete with baggy petticoat and apron. It looks as if she was the victim of a magic trick, has spontaneously disappeared into thin air, and everything about her that was not her body has suddenly sunken to the ground vertically, holdless and pointless. Under the ruffles of the petticoat, however, the blade of a knife peeks out. Bones are piled onto the low poof, and in front of it too. The father used to be colorless and alive, and so he is in dead. No dramas here, no hints of secrets, no surprises, nothing mystical. It's just dead and rotten human. And a long time ago too, because the bones are neatly gnawed off by mice and other small things. At the door, as if asleep, lies Celia in her nurse's uniform. She looks like Snow White in her glass coffin. None of her abused facial features have sunken. Her muscles are neither dried out nor atrophied. What a waste! The cracked coffee pot is the only one that remained intact. Where we would have guessed chucked, at least, there is only an immense pile of gears and indefinable metal components mixed with punch cards. The chaos looms almost as high as the waist of an adult or the head of a child. Fireplace, cold, surprisingly clean, smells of death and ashes like the rest of the room, the whole house. Where is Somi? Nothing stirs in the basement. No clicks and clacks give hope for a restart of the events that have brought us here. The house is dead, alone, abandoned for good. But it won't have that. The white cloth on the grounded chair suddenly stirs, first as if in a gust, then as if gathered from the inside by a small fist, and then the child jumps out from under the slipping sheet. With an angry expression on its face, it runs to the dead, growing up clouds of dust, out of the living room, down the stairs, further on through the vestibule, down the basement stairs, and pounds on the cellar door, which immediately gives way on its rusty hinges and falls into the room in a cloud of rot. The child enters and turns the swivel chair with Somi on it and jerks back. Empty eye sockets of a rough doll grin back at it. Somi is no longer here. Nobody can rebuild the machine. Somi has won the battle. How did Somi manage to enter their own system, to fix the machine, to escape the cellar unnoticed, and where would Somi hide now? The child stamps its foot angrily, turns on its heel and storms up the stairs towards the attic. then, showdown. There's a lot of stories unfolding inside this doll's house, as I have mentioned earlier, and if you want to learn more about them, I have only just finished writing the German version and about 3/5 of the English version, and I hope to finish the English version of it over the next few weeks, and then I will release them chapter by chapter on my Patreon account, and the German version hopefully will be released at the end of this year. And I have had a mention that would be an opportunity maybe to release the English version on Timber's texts, maybe.
Yes.
Yay! Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yay.
Yay. Finish it first now. Brilliant. So now I've spared you all the action and only gave you the poetry, but to make up for that, if you don't mind, I would like to close with a song actually, because this novel started as an EP I wrote together with Michigan Fitzgerald and Birdie's Baby. We do a lot together, something you already know. And she came up with a little rough draft of a song. And I said, yeah, that sounds like dolls would have we had been singing it inside a rotten doll's house, and they were very mean to each other. And that's how these dolls came to life on the doll's house. And yeah, we wrote an EP together, also with Cat Downs from Sid Kitty Sid from San Francisco, and Alva Lockdown number 2 or 3 or whatever, I forgot. And yeah, my entry into this EP was the song Doll in the Back Room, from which later on derived the very mean child, which is also the center of the story. But yeah, it will take you 900 pages to discover why. So I'm just going to play the song on my iPad as long as it wants to go, and sing along with it. And yeah, this is Dawn in the Back Room, which also is a scene inside the novel between the child and the grandfather, and I'm going to perform what was its original duet, obviously. And I should maybe have started together with the song. I've got a doll in the back room. Nobody knows that it's there. I play with it whenever I can, almost every day. I am sleeping with open eyes. Time is seeping through the cracks. I am dreaming of better times. Life is fleeting from mistakes. My doll is as big as a human. It sits in a rocking chair. I have to change its diapers. It sure needs a lot of care. I have to feed it daily, but sometimes I forget. When the sun is out and the birdies sing, I starve my doll close to death. I am frozen in the wild. I am lost and I am hurt. It's been ages since I was, even longer that I touched.
never complains, it never rebels.
It just looks with big dark eyes. I start to be bored by my secret doll. I think I need better toys. I'll lock this room in the morning and never come back again. Then I go and find me a new doll and keep it as long as I can. I am looking at half a glass. It gets darker under the grass. I am shrinking into a void. I stop thinking. Then there's not. Thank you so much for letting me do my maybe totally silly translation into English of my fucking anonymous German novel.
It's been an absolute pleasure to be able to hear parts of your story and get those lovely glimpses to all of the characters and all of the threads that meet together in the tale. Yeah, and the song was hauntingly wonderful. Thank you so much. It's been a great pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Stephen, for making me do it.
You're welcome.
So as I mentioned, the book isn't available yet. Of course, it will be at some point. I haven't written any books so far, but I have written a lot of songs, and of course they're available. And some of these songs come with books. So I always had stories in my in my music, right? So science fiction comes with a little novel. Truths comes with a comic book. And Trigger Warning, of course, comes with an extra art book as well as Cold Spotted offer. So if anyone of you would like to take a souvenir home, I'm here. And other than that, yeah, you know where to find me everywhere where it says Feline and Strange songs and stories. Right way up? Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you again. And in a short while we'll have Laura Jane Round to be reading from her book and opportunity to hear another writer.